I think the citizens of Troy are doing a great job following the governor's order, as tough as it can be for everybody. And certainly as we progress further into it, there are, there are divisions of thought and opinions, and it makes it difficult sometimes. But when you look out in the city of Troy, the grand majority of our residents are doing what needs to be done in order to keep us safe. And I get regular updates from Beaumont Health. Every day I get an email from their representative. I know City Manager Miller does too, that show the numbers and how Beaumont's been handling it. And if you look at their curve and their number of cases and who they've got admitted in their hospital, it has dropped dramatically low. And I know that information is publicly available on the Beaumont website as well. But it shows that we are in this region absolutely doing what we need to do to get through this, so that we can go back to our normal lives and have an economy restarted and get back to what we need to do and to make money for our families and to keep the economy going strong. So thank you for all the Troy residents that are continuing to do such a good job at that. And also to the Troy residents and residents from outside of Troy that are continuing to use the restaurants that are open for carry out and takeout and curbside, all of those businesses. I know some of them are doing quite well with it. Certainly it's not the same as normal, but it's great to see people committed to keeping our small businesses and restaurant owners going as well as they can as well. So thank you for that. I also, I've been posting quite a bit on my social media over the past couple months, and sometimes I post some things that I really want to bring to the attention of everybody again. And one specific was in relation to a group of women in our city who call themselves the Sewing Warriors. I posted about this about a week ago. Together, their group has handmade and donated almost 5,000 masks now throughout the region, and they've really outdone themselves. And so I really want to commend the Sewing Warriors. There's also other groups that are doing it. I got another email from somebody who has a group called the Masked Zorros. They've donated a lot of handmade masks as well. And I have a neighbor here in my neighborhood. Her name is Michelle Freeman, and she's been making masks as well for people. And she's very humble. She says, Ethan, you don't really need to talk about this because I'm just doing one small part. But the other day, I got an email from a resident who he and his wife and their child, they hadn't left the house in several weeks. They had enough groceries and everything at home, and they were following the governor's order very strictly. And he emailed me and he said, we need to get groceries now, but we don't have any masks, and I can't buy any anywhere. What can I do? And so I forwarded that email to my neighbor and friend, Michelle Freeman. And the next day she had 3 handmade masks for them, and they were ready to go. And so I love and there's 1,000 stories like that, I'm sure, in the city of Troy where people are working very hard. So I really do appreciate that. It, again, goes to our community spirit and who we are as a city. And I love hearing those stories. Please keep telling them to me. I think it brings some bright spots in some otherwise dark times. But we have great residents here in the city of Troy, and I know you already all know that, but we should definitely be thanking them as well as we can, as well as our healthcare heroes. It's a blessing to see that the numbers go down in the hospital, which means that some of these people who've worked so hard day and night over the past several weeks are getting back to a little bit more normal scheduling, and it's not as intense as it was. So we thank them, and that we know that you're a big part of our city, and we're very fortunate to have you in our lives. Again, thank you, Troy. Keep following the orders as they come. Stay home, stay safe, go out for essential purposes. We've started to see our economy open up a little bit in certain areas. It will continue, I'm certain of it, recognizing again that the city of Troy is very limited in the powers that we have. We're dependent on what the county and state government tell us to do from Lansing and from Pontiac. So we hear your pain on certain issues. We agree with you. We also disagree with you sometimes. That's part of our system. But we know that you are ready to do what you can to get back to the economy and also to stay home and stay safe. So keep it up, and I appreciate all that you're doing.